welcome to this segment of the Domino Theory television program. We have two wonderful guests, two individuals who are involved in what is now called Proposition I. Proposition I deals with, well, why don't I let them tell you, since they're the representatives. First of all, the young lady on our left is...
Hi, I'm Sandy Mori, and I'm a member of the Dignity Fund Coalition. And this coalition consists of about 45 different organizations that provide services to seniors and adults with disabilities in San Francisco. And we came together to figure out how the city as a whole can do more for supporting seniors and adults with disabilities. So we came up with this option of going to the ballot and asking voters to support this particular Proposition I, which is a budget policy issue for San Francisco to support seniors living at home and to age in place and to be able to have a support system around them to do that. The city and county of San Francisco right now does not do enough for seniors and adults with disabilities, and this particular proposition will help to increase that commitment by the city. So we want you to consider voting yes on I. I stands for independent. I stands for dignity, and because we feel very strongly that people should age with dignity and have the appropriate support around them.
Very good. Now, the other young lady that we have to our right, would you introduce yourself to our audience?
Well, hello there. So I'm Marie Jobling, and I'm the director of the Community Living Campaign, and we are one of the many, many organizations that are a part of the Dignity Fund Coalition. And we didn't come up with the idea of taking something to the ballot out of the blue. Actually, we've been looking at this, working at this for over 2 years. We polled people who regularly vote to see whether they would be supportive, and we found they were. And we decided that we needed to really give it a shot because we're all getting older. The city as a whole is getting older. The number of people with disabilities is growing. And it's not just, a small number now, and it's really a broad kind of group of folks who are facing some of the same issues. So whether you're part of a neighborhood and you want to stay in that neighborhood, whether you're a person who's aging with HIV, you have a disability and you no longer can get up the stairs, you have developmental disabilities, or you, what are some of the other, veterans. We know the city has a lot of veterans who are needing more support to be able to stay here. So that's really the basis of all of this. And while San Francisco does have some good and important services, and in fact in many ways we're more innovative than other places in the country, it's just not keeping pace with the numbers of seniors and the need that's growing. So the Dignity Fund really came about as a way to protect the services that we already have. They've been cut over and over again in the past when the finances of the city get a little leaner. So we want to stop that, and we want to have a predictable way for those services to grow going forward.
I think it's truly fantastic, the number of nonprofits that you have that are behind this proposition. Could you give us a ballpark number of people involved in this, the organizations?
Well, for the coalition itself, I think we're probably over 50 now who are members of the coalition, but part of going to the ballot is you have to run around and really tell what the issue is, tell what the need is, and ask for endorsements. And so now we have over 120 endorsements, some from elected leaders, mostly from community organizations, service providers, everybody from the Chamber of Commerce to groups that are active with labor and the Labor Council. It has really been most kind of rewarding for us to be received so well, and to have people come up after we give our presentation and tell us a story about somebody in their family and how they now understand how important it is for people to have support.
Sandy, can you tell us a little bit about your group over there? I know you do a lot of stuff, and we don't have time to listen to all of it, but can you tell us some of the basics of what you guys do?
Well, the types of services that we're talking about for seniors to be able to live in their own homes and stay in their own apartments and live in their neighborhoods, things like in-home care, transportation to and from your appointments, home delivered meals when you're not feeling well, you can't go out and it's hard for you to get a meal, so we have it delivered to you. We have over 200 congregate meal sites here in San Francisco where you have options to go to all the different kind of neighborhoods. They have different kind of foods to eat. In fact, some seniors, they take the muni, they go from one part of town to another part of town trying different foods at the different nutrition programs, because we have a really good variety of different foods, even including ethnic foods. So the ability to have a good meal once a day, that's the government's obligation and commitment to seniors. Back in the 70s, the federal government decided to start these nutrition programs. Also, transportation, to get from point A to point B, people need that transportation, especially those seniors who are frail. Now, here in San Francisco, I want to point out that the population in San Francisco is about 811,000 now, and 25% of that population consists of people 60 or over and adults with disabilities. Now, that number is going to increase by 10% by 2030. So it's going to continue to increase as time passes, and that's why Proposition I is very important to get passed. 40% of our seniors here in San Francisco live alone, and that creates health issues. It creates isolation, depression, and these are the issues that we don't want to happen for all of our seniors and adults with disabilities. So every neighborhood has the ability to be able to create a sense of community, and that's a very important concept, because I don't care who you are, everybody needs people, and you need to have people around you to keep you stimulated and keep your mind going, because as they say, if you don't use it, you lose it. And so it's very important for people to continue to be active and be engaged and get involved with all these different issues in your area and in your community, and we'll just move forward. So please vote yes on I.
Very good. Thank you very much. How do we get in touch with you guys?
We have a headquarters, which is at 11 Grove. We have a website, which is sfdignityfund.com. We're doing outreach at a number of neighborhood events. I think one that we're really excited about is happening on Friday, September 23rd, from 3 to 5 at the Western Addition Senior Center, which is at Fillmore and Turk. The mayor will be coming out along with several of the supervisors. We expect to have a couple hundred seniors at least. We hope that you'll come on down. We'll be able to use that as an opportunity to tell people more about what the funds would be used for, what the campaign needs right now, and to be able to sort of send people, we hope, back to their own neighborhood and community with house signs and more information to talk with their neighbors about. We're preparing material in different languages so that we can reach the diversity of San Francisco with this message. And we know we can't do it without everybody's help. So we don't have a lot of money, but we do have a lot of spirit, and we have a lot of seniors and people with disabilities who understand exactly what this is about and are willing to give us their time and their talent, and we're so grateful for that.
That sounds good. Thank you very much. And you were going to say, Sandy?
So don't forget to come out on September 23rd. That whole day is called Dignity Day, and we're emphasizing dignity because the Dignity Fund Coalition feels that that's an important concept for seniors and adults with disabilities. So that whole day we're going to be going to all the different nutrition sites and really promoting voting yes on I. And then later in the afternoon, as Marie said, we're having a special kickoff event with the mayor and some of the other elected board supervisors who helped sponsor this legislation to kick off our campaign. So please come and join us. It should be fun.
Sounds good. So you don't have to sign up for that. You just sort of show up.
Just show up. Just show up. That's right.
I like that. Are you guys both from San Francisco?
Not originally. I'm originally from Sacramento, but I've been here for 50 years.
Well, you're from San Francisco.
Yeah, I was born in Oakland. I've been here almost 40 years, so get close, right?
Yeah. And I don't want to sound racist or anything, but when I hear people of other persuasions say they're from Oakland, we always think of Oakland as being, just one monolithic society, but it's diverse, and we do have other people that come from Oakland. It
That's
is
right. My parents had a gas station, a little Flying A horse gas station.
Is that right?
On the corner of near MacArthur, yep.
Okay, all right, great, yeah. Okay, so you seem to have covered most of the things that I would have asked you. You have things coming up, events coming up, and we'll try to keep people abreast of those. Hopefully, this will be broadcast on Channel 29 and 76 before the 23rd event, and of course before the November 8th election. Would you recommend any other avenues that people might take, seniors that are stressed out or just don't have any help? Like you said, there are 40% of the people that don't have anybody to take care of them. Is there anything that they can immediately seek out to get some sort of assistance?
Well, the Department of Aging and Adult Services, which is the city department that oversees all of the programming for seniors and adults with disabilities, they have a call-in number, 355-3555, which you could call in and ask for getting connected to the service system. So what they would do is they would refer you to one of their staff to talk to you about what are your needs and what is your situation, and then have you talk with the appropriate staff person. We have many organizations in all these different neighborhoods that are there close to you who can be of support to you, but we need to know where you live and what kinds of activities you like and what are your needs to determine which organization we could hook you up with. There are a lot of seniors who live in San Francisco. They're not connected to any group, and those are the folks that get really isolated. And now there are some people who belong to churches, but the churches, they deal with it only on Sunday. So we want to have people available to meet people during the weekday so that they can increase their social network. Here again, it's about having a sense of community, and a lot of times people don't naturally go to like a senior center, for example. We know seniors who don't want to go to a senior center for whatever reason. But the issue becomes they still have certain needs, and we could hook them up with a particular staff person at a senior center to talk to them one-on-one, so that it's not, you don't have to go to a place where there's a lot of people. And some people are just more private. So, we try to individualize people's needs because everyone is different. And if there's a language issue, we need to deal with the language capacity to be able to speak to that senior. All these kinds of things, cultural issues. In the LGBT community, there's a huge group of seniors who are like over 55 now and who passed the AIDS crisis, and they are finding that they're living longer. They thought they were not going to be living this long, but now here they are, and they have needs that they need to be able to get support. So the LGBT community has specific cultural aspects that they want to be sensitive to. So here again, we want to be sensitive to the diversity of San Francisco.
Very good. Thank you so much. Okay, so once again, Marie, what is the name of your organization?
Community Living Campaign?
Community Living Campaign, and yours is?
Well, I used to be with an organization called Kimochi Incorporated, which is based in Japantown. I was one of the original co-founders, and that was 45 years ago, and we still continue to increase our service capacity as we continue to be of service to seniors.
That is truly remarkable. I can't fathom doing something for 45 years. But anyway, I want to thank both of you so much for coming out and giving us this interview. We will be passing it along, passing the information along, and you viewers want to be sure, and if you don't understand it, get some information regarding Proposition I. It's all over the place. We've been doing YouTube and Facebook and all kinds of stuff like that. So hopefully it'll help a lot of people here in San Francisco that need it. And we appreciate these two ladies and their efforts, and also the rest of the people that have volunteered, especially those 50-plus nonprofits. So look out for Proposition I. Thank you, ladies. Have a good day. May God God bless you.